of Nancy, the driver of Royal Malaysian Navy, second first commander was Admiral Bahari Ridwan Muhammad Noor.
Fleet Operations Officer, Indian Navy, commanding officers of participating Royal Malaysian Navy ships and Indian naval ships, members of the media, officers and men of the Royal Malaysian and Indian Navy, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, let me extend a very warm welcome to you all at the opening ceremony and the press conference of this edition of the Royal Malaysian Navy and Indian Navy Bilateral Exercise, Samudra Lakshmana. It is a matter of great honor and privilege for us to be here at Kota Kinabalu Port, Sabah, to participate in this bilateral exercise. Our two ships, designed and built in India, Sayadri and Kiltan, arrived at this fascinating port yesterday morning. Our two countries have a long and shared history with close cultural and traditional bonds. Both India and Malaysia are maritime nations. We are in fact maritime neighbors and are united through the oceans. Besides similarity in our customs, language, food and traditions, we share good understanding of matters maritime, wherein safety and security of the maritime commons is of immense importance to both our nations. Thus, the navies of the two countries have been working in close coordination and cooperation, pursuing measures together to address maritime issues of concern in the region. The cooperation between our two navies is in line with the shared values, common destiny and principles of mutual respect defined by our Honorable Prime Minister in the policy of security and growth for all in the region of Saga. In pursuance of this vision of our nations, the two navies are here together for this edition of the bilateral exercise. This edition of Samudra Lakshmana spans over 5 days, with 3 days in harbour and 2 days exercising at sea. The Indian Navy would be represented by the multi-purpose stealth frigate Sayadri and the anti-submarine corvette INS Kiltan. In addition, the integral helicopters will also participate in the exercise. The harbour phase, which began yesterday after our arrival, has seen very interesting coordination, planning, preparation for the operational phase, as also exchange of subject matter experts, cultural and sports and social interaction. The sea phase, which commences day after tomorrow, would see tactical maneuvers, coordinated operations and cross-deck flying of our helicopters. I am sure that the scope and level of this exercise will grow to a significant level in the future editions. I am also confident that this edition of the exercise will lay a firm foundation for the future generations of our Navy to continue our brotherhood and build further interoperability, streamline standard operating procedures and enable close understanding of best practices from each other. The day in harbour has already witnessed interesting interaction between our personnel, as also of our men who had gone out to the town yesterday for doing some shopping and adding to the economy of the port. With that, I thank you once again for joining us here at the opening ceremony, and I would particularly like to thank my friend Admiral the Submarine Fleet Commander for his warm hospitality and the close interaction that we have had since we met yesterday for the first time. And I'm sure that this bonds of friendship will only go stronger over this exercise and the years ahead. With that, I wish all personnel of the Royal Malaysian Navy, all citizens and their families in Malaysia, fair winds following seas and fathoms below the keel. And may the Almighty always bless this wonderful country and all its people. Thank you.
Thank you, MC. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Rear Admiral Suraj Berry, Flight Officer Commanding Indian Navy Eastern Fleet, Commodore Rahul Vilas Lokale, Fleet Operation Officer Indian Navy Eastern Fleet, Captain Ashwin Arvind, Commanding Officer of INS Sayadri, Commander Jinto George Chako, Commanding Officer of INS Kiltan, Commander Amron bin Samad RMN, Commander Task Group 51.1, distinguished guests, Commanding Officers, Senior Officers, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and Vanakkam. All praise to the Almighty for His blessing and will that we are able to gather here this morning in conjunction with the opening ceremony of Exercise Samudra Laksmana 2019. Before we go any further, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my warm welcome to INS Sayadri and INS Kiltan for making their first ever port call to this base. I hope you will enjoy Kota Kinabalu and all its offering despite your busy schedule. Sirs, ladies and gentlemen, it has always been a great honor and pleasure for us to interact with the Indian Navy. Samudra Laksmana 2019 is an important event which marks another milestone in our effort to foster closer relationship between our navies. As you all aware, Indian Navy and Royal Malaysian Navy have a long history of working together. We share part of our history by being member of the Commonwealth. Therefore, it is not a surprise that we adhere to similar procedures and practices. But more importantly, we share a common virtues, our unwavering commitment and steadfast belief in peace, stability, as well as respect for international law. It is with these shared values in mind that our navies decided to advance our cooperation. And Samudra Laksmana is the manifestation of that intent. The inaugural execution of Samudra Laksmana exercise was conducted in 2017 at National Hydrographic Center, Klang, and this is the second installment. This time around, RMN Eastern Fleet Command, based here in Kota Kinabalu, had been chosen to host the exercise. To fulfill its objective, ships from both Navy will carry out maritime security activities and various evolutions ashore as well as at sea throughout the duration of the exercise. Exercise Samudra Laksmana 2019 is an important avenue for us to sharpen our skills, share best practices, and explore alternative ways and means to improve our capacity. In doing so, it will also prepare us to work together more effectively in the future as and when it becomes necessary. For that, I encourage all participants to give their best and learn from each other. I hope at the end of this exercise, we become not only an effective and interoperable fighting unit, but just as importantly, we become friends. Sirs, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I would like to congratulate the exercise planner for their hard work in planning this exercise. I pray and wish for successful completion of this exercise and all the best to participating unit. I hope you will enjoy the exercise despite challenging days ahead. As you will continue with your respective tasking on completion of this exercise, I wish you a fair winds and following seas. On that note, sirs, and with your permission, by the will of the Almighty, I declare Exercise Samudra Laksmana 2019 is officially open. Thank you.
With each other, we share from each other, we learn from each other.